Forward. John Kennedy once remarked that Winston Churchill mobilized the English language and sent it into battle. Past generations have heard the stirring words of Cicero, Daniel Webster, Disraeli, Churchill, and Kennedy, men touched by their Creator with the gift of changing the course of human history and the quality of the individual life through their well-spoken words. Jim Rohn, a man of our own generation, has been given such a gift. His inspiring seminars and appearances before groups across America and around the world have changed the lives of tens of thousands. He has the unique capacity for finding the miraculous hidden among the common, and for expressing it with pictures that uniquely affect all who listen. The Seasons of Life is but a momentary glimpse at the depth of the character of Jim Rohn. His ability for reawakening the sleeping spirit residing within us all is most welcome in a time of change and challenge. While this book is the first by Mr. Rohn, it surely will not be his last. My association with him in preparing this book has made me aware that the world needs to know more of this man. His ideas on goals, personal development, leadership skills, and the value of effective communications are needed in all areas of education, of government, and in business, and his contribution to improving the quality of family life is immeasurable. This book may well be destined to become a masterpiece in literary creativity. Ronald L. Reynolds. The Cycles and Seasons of Life. For 6,000 years of recorded history, humans have entered this world, received parental instruction, classroom instruction, and gathered the experience of life. Many have set for themselves ambitious goals, and dreamed lofty dreams, but upon the day that they draw their last breath, have left little behind as evidence of their existence other than a birth certificate, grave marker, and $500,000 in consumed goods and services between their humble beginnings and uneventful end. Books have been authored on the subject of human achievement, seminars are conducted on how to find success, and those who have met with and embraced success willingly share their ideas and insights with all those who will listen. For some, worldly riches are gained at the price of lost friends and broken families. For others, fortune remains forever elusive, while families remain precariously intact. For most, we remain forever in one of two categories: either poor, seeking to become wealthy, or wealthy, seeking always to rediscover the happiness we had while we were poor. This book, a condensation of ideas and observations gained over a period of 4 decades, will attempt to place life, its events, purpose, opportunities and challenges into perspective. It is not intended to be an instructional treatise on either how to achieve success or how to avoid failure. If life were to hold such precise answers to age-old questions, surely their discovery would now be history, and each of us would now be living to enjoy our success. In truth, what is the formula for success for one will lead to the self-destruction of another. As certainly as our Creator made us individually unique, so did He also preserve for each of us individually unique answers to the challenge of life. It is the purpose of this book, therefore, to awaken within each of us the storehouse of inspiration and answers that lie sleeping where they have been since being placed there at birth, within the hearts and minds of each of us. Let us now seek to discover our own individual answers to our own individual challenges by exploring the cycles and seasons of life. The effect of environment on circumstance. All of us, whether rich or poor, young or old, educated or not so educated, are the sum total of all of those people and events that have touched us since first entering this world. Every thought we've entertained has had its effect upon what we now are. Every movie we've watched had its effect. Every book or magazine we've read had its effect. Every TV show has had its effect. Every disappointment, triumph, doubt, dream, and love for someone each had their effect. What we are and what we have slowly brought upon ourselves. It is the human tendency to blame someone or something else for our lack of progress. We blame government, competitors, managers, inflation, pay schedules, and even the traffic and weather. For our circumstances, those people and events which have left their mark, whether favorable or unfavorable, are now behind us. What happened even as recently as yesterday is no longer of any consequence unless we choose to allow it to be. What is of great importance is who and what it is that leaves its mark today, and each day thereafter. What we have been is an established and unchangeable fact. What we can yet become is an unlimited, boundless opportunity. Therefore, do not allow your awareness of past difficulty or failures to adversely affect your current and future possibilities. The greatest value of the past is how wisely we invested in the future. Let the past be a servant for making the future both more enjoyable and profitable. For those who seriously accept that they deserve and will one day achieve financial independence, let each break off the rear view mirror of their lives and concentrate upon what lies ahead. Let them begin their quest for achievement by taking a close inventory of those people and circumstances which today touch their lives, for it is their effect which will determine what lies ahead. What the size of the next crop will become next fall. There are those who will hate those who achieve the improved life, and yet there can be little happiness in poverty, nor love among those who must endure it. One of the disappointments of life is that friends will abandon those who begin to change their life for the better, and yet those who remain behind will say, "He has forgotten us now that he lives." Well, it is those who accept their mediocrity who choose to remain behind. It is almost always those who have climbed above the crowd who would wish to return to their earlier friends and embrace them in friendship and love, knowing that they dare not, for jealousy among those who remain behind will not allow it to be so. It is often difficult to pause in the middle of life for the purpose of sifting out the debris that we collect throughout our years. We tend to accumulate and cling to ideas that limit our progress. We cherish friendships even though the friendships impede our personal growth. We allow ourselves acquaintances, in spite of those acquaintances whose conversation affects or destroys our attitude about life and people. We maintain business associates, although those associates teach us immoral, illegal, or unethical practices. We learn shortcuts for increasing profits while decreasing quality. In countless ways, we wander through life allowing people and their attitudes and ideas to mold our character, people whose attitudes and ideas have brought themselves little in the way of progress, productivity, or happiness. Unpopular as it may seem, each of us accumulates people, customs, attitudes, habits, opinions, and philosophies which we very simply cannot afford to keep, if we seek honestly after an improved life. Friendships are indeed valuable, but so is the human life, and it is foolish to fall short of our potential, because we feared alienating a good friend. The gathering of a few business friends for lunch is a common, everyday occurrence. In 1 hour, we can satisfy our hunger for food, gossip, ridicule, and condemnation of those not present. We can repeat half-truths brought to us through hearsay. We can complain about government, management, co-workers, traffic, taxes, weather, and the system, while doing nothing to produce solutions. Even if the conversation does reveal solutions, we make no effort to communicate them to those who can possibly implement them, accepting things for the way they are. If our attitudes, results, or happiness is to ever improve, we must exercise the painful discipline required for weeding out the garden of our life. Eating alone is better than mingling with those whose conversation is negative. Canceling the appointment is better than keeping the appointment with those whom will simply waste our time. Changing the conversation is better than prolonging a conversation designed to degrade someone. Telling the whole, painful truth is better than a half-truth distorted to make ourselves look or sound good. Saying no is better than saying yes to some thing you don't want to do, or to someone you don't want to be with. Being firm is better than being courteous to those whose caustic personality does not justify courtesy. The improvement of our personal circumstances means that we must learn to do what the failures are simply not willing to do. Better than many of the wrong friends are a few of the right friends. Better than a few of the wrong friends are no friends at all. Life is a delicate maneuver of selection, rejection, review, and change. Each person entering our world brings either a contribution or destruction. Trying to be always nice is to invite certain disaster. Those with poisonous attitudes, strange opinions, and caustic conversations love to look for someone nice who will listen to them. They love to dump their verbal garbage into the mental factory of anyone willing to listen. A major challenge in life is for each person to learn the art of standing guard at the doorway of their mind. Carefully examine the credentials and authority of those seeking to enter within that place where your attitudes are formed.